Imagine waking up on your 70th birthday. The room feels familiar, yet the milestone itself carries a quiet weight. For decades, you've built a career, raised a family, or supported a community. Now, society paints this season as endless leisure, smiling faces on brochures, carefree days filled with travel and hobbies. But beneath those cheerful images lies another side of aging that isn't often discussed. Life after 70 can bring freedom, but it also brings new realities that catch many older adults by surprise. These challenges aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're subtle, like realizing daily tasks take more effort, or noticing old friendships fading quietly. Other times they feel heavier, like unexpected medical concerns or the quiet loneliness of an empty home. Talking about these truths is not about discouragement, it's about honesty and solidarity. By naming them, we shine light into the shadows and remind ourselves that no one is facing these changes alone. In this journey, we'll explore 7 harsh realities many seniors encounter after 70, not to frighten you, but to help you recognize them, prepare for them, and discover strength within them. Reaching the age of 70 is an incredible milestone. Thanks to modern medicine, better living conditions, and stronger communities, many older adults today live well into their 80s and 90s. That means 70 is not the finish line, it's the opening of a brand new chapter. On one hand, there is genuine joy. You may finally have the time to read books you once put aside, enjoy hobbies that bring you peace, or spend unrushed afternoons with grandchildren. There is a sense of freedom in not having to answer to a boss or wake up to an alarm clock every morning. These gifts should be celebrated because they are hard-earned after decades of effort. On the other hand, challenges begin to appear more clearly. Health concerns can demand more of your attention. Friendships may thin out, and financial worries may creep in as costs rise. Even something as simple as learning new technology can create frustration, leaving you feeling disconnected from the world around you. The reason we need to talk about these realities is simple silence can make them heavier. When we name the truths of aging, we remind ourselves that we are not failing, we are simply human, walking a path that millions have walked before. By acknowledging both the joys and the struggles, we create space for compassion, resilience, and the courage to move forward with dignity. One of the first changes many seniors notice after turning 70 is how their energy shifts. Daily routines that once felt effortless now require more pauses and adjustments. Walking through the grocery store may feel longer than it used to, and a short gardening session might leave you needing an afternoon nap. These changes are not signs of weakness. They are natural results of a body that has carried you through 7 decades of living. The truth is that our muscles recover more slowly, joints stiffen more easily, and stamina is not what it was at 50 or 60. Even minor illnesses like a cold can take longer to heal. While this reality can feel frustrating, it is important to recognize it as part of the normal aging process, rather than a personal failure. Accepting this shift helps you adjust your pace with kindness toward yourself. There are ways to adapt without giving up the activities you love. For instance, breaking tasks into smaller chunks can make them more manageable. Instead of cleaning the entire house in one afternoon, you might focus on one room each day. Gentle exercises like stretching, yoga, or short walks can actually increase endurance over time, while also protecting your balance and mobility. The key is consistency, not speed. Another helpful approach is building rest into your schedule, rather than treating it as a setback. If you know you'll be attending a family gathering in the evening, giving yourself a quiet afternoon nap can make the event more enjoyable. Listening to your body's signals rather than ignoring them can transform how you experience daily life. The most empowering shift is to see slowing down not as losing life, but as living differently. A slower pace allows more time to notice small joys, the way sunlight filters through trees, the laughter of a grandchild, or the comfort of a warm meal shared at your own pace. By embracing these changes with grace, if you preserve not only your physical health but also your peace of mind. Another reality that often emerges after 70 is the quiet shift in friendships and social circles. Throughout earlier decades, relationships are built around work, neighborhoods, children's schools, or community events. By the time you reach your 70s, many of those natural meeting points have faded away. Retirement ends daily contact with coworkers. Children move into their own busy lives, and neighborhoods change as people relocate. What once felt like a full and vibrant social circle can suddenly feel smaller, and sometimes painfully quiet. The most difficult part of these changes is not always the loss of activity, but the loss of shared history. A lifelong friend understands your jokes without explanation, remembers the same events, and can comfort you with a single glance. When such friends move away or pass on, the absence is deeply felt. It can create a sense of isolation, as if pieces of your own story have disappeared with them. Still, the human need for connection does not fade with age. In fact, it often grows stronger. Many seniors find comfort in seeking new opportunities for friendship. Even if they look different than before, joining a local senior center, participating in church groups, or volunteering can introduce you to peers who share similar experiences. Technology, while sometimes intimidating, can also help maintain contact with distant friends or family through video calls and online groups. It is important to recognize that building new connections at 70 is not about replacing the old ones, but about adding fresh layers to your life. Each new person you meet can bring laughter, wisdom, or simply the joy of companionship. While the circle may look smaller, it can still be deeply meaningful. The truth is that friendship changes shape as life changes. By embracing this transition rather than resisting it, you can continue to nourish your heart and spirit. Relationships may not be as numerous, but they can be more intentional, built on the deep understanding that comes only with age. For many older adults, one of the clearest shifts after turning 70 is how health begins to take center stage. Doctor visits, medications, and routine checkups become part of the weekly or monthly calendar. What was once an occasional concern now feels like a central priority. While this reality may seem discouraging, it reflects the body's natural need for more attentive care after decades of faithful service. It can be unsettling when health conversations start to dominate daily life. Friends might compare prescriptions instead of weekend plans. A calendar once filled with social events may now include physical therapy appointments or follow-ups with specialists. These changes can stir frustration or even anxiety, as though health has become an obstacle instead of simply a part of living. The truth, however, is that health management does not have to feel like a burden. With the right perspective, it can become a form of self-respect. Attending regular checkups, following treatment plans, and maintaining healthy habits are not chores. They are investments in your future well-being. Even small choices, like taking a gentle walk each day or preparing balanced meals, can have a powerful impact. Another helpful shift is to view healthcare as a partnership rather than a struggle. Doctors, nurses, and therapists are allies who want to support your journey. Asking questions, seeking second opinions, and being open about your concerns can make medical experiences feel less overwhelming. You are not a passive patient. You are an active participant in shaping your health. Equally important is remembering that health is not just physical. Emotional and spiritual well-being matter too. Practicing relaxation, connecting with friends, or spending time in prayer or meditation can reduce stress and strengthen resilience. While health does demand more attention after 70, it doesn't mean life is diminished. Instead, it's an invitation to care for yourself in ways that honor both your body and your spirit. By embracing this reality with patience and consistency, you create more space for joy, connection, and peace in the years ahead. This content is for informational purposes only and is not medical advice. Another challenge that becomes more visible after 70 is the rapid pace of technology. Smartphones, tablets, apps, and online services evolve so quickly that even younger generations struggle to keep up. For many seniors, the constant changes can feel overwhelming, creating a sense of being left behind in a world that now seems to run on screens. It can be discouraging when everyday tasks like paying bills, making medical appointments, or even staying in touch with family require navigating digital platforms. Instructions may seem unclear, passwords confusing, and updates endless. This frustration can lead some older adults to withdraw, avoiding technology altogether, which unfortunately deepens feelings of isolation. But technology does not have to be an enemy. In fact, it can become a bridge. Video calls can bring the faces of children and grandchildren right into your living room. Online groups can connect you with people who share your hobbies. Whether it's gardening, quilting, or classic movies, the key is to approach technology at your own pace, asking for help from children, grandchildren, or community classes is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of willingness to learn. A new skill, even something small like attaching a photo to an email, adds confidence and opens doors. It is also important to remember that you don't need to master every gadget or app. Choosing a few tools that truly enhance your life is enough. Technology should serve you, not the other way around. The truth is that no one completely keeps up with the speed of change. By embracing learning little by little, you can use technology as a friend, one that brings people closer, supports independence, and helps you continue exploring the world from the comfort of your own home. One of the most difficult realities after 70 is loneliness. The home that once echoed with the noise of children, phone calls, or frequent visitors can become quiet, sometimes painfully so. As family members build their own busy lives, visits may become less frequent. Friends may have moved away or passed on, leaving gaps that no new activity seems to fill. Loneliness is not just an emotional experience. Research shows it can affect physical health as well, increasing risks of depression, memory decline, and even heart-related conditions. The silence of an empty house can weigh heavily, making days feel long and nights even longer. Yet loneliness, while real, does not have to be permanent. Building intentional routines of connection can make a significant difference. Something as simple as a weekly phone call, joining a community class, or attending a religious service can restore a sense of belonging. Even small interactions, a smile from a neighbor, a chat with a cashier can ease the burden of isolation when noticed and cherished. Technology can also serve as an ally here. Video calls, online groups, and social media platforms offer ways to stay connected across distance. While digital tools may feel unfamiliar at first, they can bring warmth back into daily life, especially when used to share stories, photos, and laughter with loved ones. Most importantly, it helps to remember that seeking connection is not a weakness. Reaching out for company, companionship, or even a listening ear is a courageous act. Loneliness loses its power when it is named and shared. Life after 70 may bring keener days, but they do not have to be empty ones. By embracing both traditional and modern ways to connect, you can weave new threads of friendship, belonging, and joy into your daily life. Perhaps one of the most profound realities after 70 is the question of purpose. For decades, identity is shaped by roles: being a worker, a parent, a spouse, or a caregiver. When those roles change or fade through retirement, children leaving home, or the passing of loved ones, it can leave older adults wondering, who am I now? This shift in identity can feel unsettling. The daily routines that once gave life direction are no longer present. Without the structure of a career or the responsibilities of raising children, some days may feel unanchored. It is natural to experience moments of doubt or sadness when the roles that once defined you are no longer there to guide your steps. Yet purpose does not end with age, it simply transforms. Many seniors discover new meaning in mentoring younger generations, sharing stories that carry wisdom, or volunteering in their communities. Others find purpose in creative pursuits like painting, writing, or music activities that may have been set aside during busier years. Even small daily rituals, like tending to a garden, calling a friend, or keeping a journal, can provide a sense of direction and fulfillment. It is also helpful to think of purpose not as one grand mission, but as a collection of smaller, meaningful moments. The truth is that identity is never fixed. It evolves throughout life. And this stage is no different. By embracing the opportunity to redefine who you are, you can discover a renewed sense of purpose, one that honors your past, but also welcomes your present and future. Life after 70 is not about losing identity, but about shaping it anew. With openness and curiosity, you can continue to find meaning in the everyday, creating a legacy of wisdom, compassion, and resilience for generations to come. Life after 70 is not about losing identity, but about shaping it anew. With openness and curiosity, you can continue to find meaning in the everyday, creating a legacy of wisdom, compassion, and resilience for generations to come. After hearing about these 7 realities, it's natural to feel a little heavy. They are not easy truths, and acknowledging them takes courage. Yet it's important to remember that challenges do not erase the joy of living. In fact, many older adults discover that these very difficulties open the door to deeper strength, richer relationships, and a new kind of peace. Life after 70 may come with slower steps, but those steps can be more thoughtful. Friendships may be fewer, but they can also be more meaningful. Health may demand more attention, but caring for your body can become a daily act of self-respect. Even in the face of financial or emotional challenges, the wisdom gained through decades of living provides tools that no younger age can match. The key is to recognize that you are not defined by these hardships. They are part of the story, but not the whole story. Within each reality lies an opportunity, whether it's to discover new hobbies, build connections in unexpected places, or simply savor the quiet beauty of an ordinary day. 70 is not the end of the journey. It is a continuation filled with opportunities to adapt, grow, and shine in ways that reflect your resilience and your wisdom. By approaching these realities with patience and compassion, you can transform them into stepping stones toward a life of dignity, connection, and lasting joy. Life after 70 is a season of contrasts. Both challenges and blessings walk hand in hand. We've seen how energy slows, friendships change, health takes more focus, technology feels intimidating, costs stretch, loneliness lingers, and purpose shifts. Yet none of these realities stand alone. Each one also carries an invitation to slow down with grace, to form deeper connections, to treat your body with care, to embrace learning, to practice wisdom in finances, to seek companionship, and to redefine your sense of purpose. The important truth is this: you are not alone, and you are not powerless. By facing these realities openly, you gain the freedom to respond with courage instead of fear. 70 and beyond is not an ending. It's a chapter filled with resilience, meaning, and opportunities for joy. Now that we've explored these 7 realities, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these experiences feels most familiar to you? Or which surprised you the most? Your story might be exactly what another person needs to feel less alone. If you found comfort or encouragement here, consider sharing this with a friend or loved one who may need the same reminder. And if you'd like to continue exploring topics that celebrate aging with honesty and hope, feel free to subscribe and join our community. Together, we can walk this journey with strength, dignity, and joy.